The U.S. Israel relationship is based on the twin pillars of shared values and shared interests. Given this commonality of interests and beliefs, it should not be surprising that support for Israel is one of the most pronounced and consistent foreign policy values of the American people. Although Israel is geographically located in a region that is relatively undeveloped and closer to the Third World than the West, Israel has emerged in less than 70 years as an advanced nation with the characteristics of Western society. This is partially attributable to the fact that a high percentage of the population came from Europe or North America and brought with them Western political and cultural norms. Simultaneously, Israel is a multicultural society with people from more than 100 nations. Today, nearly half of all Israelis are Eastern or Oriental Jews who trace their origins to the ancient Jewish communities of the Islamic countries of North Africa and the Middle East. While they live in a region characterized by autocracies, Israelis have a commitment to democracy no less passionate than that of Americans. Americans have long viewed Israelis with admiration, at least partly because they see much of themselves in their pioneering spirit and struggle for independence. Like the United States, Israel is a nation of immigrants. Despite the burden of spending as much as 1/5 of its budget on defense, it has had an extraordinary rate of economic growth for most of its history. The recognition of shared values has been a consistent theme in statements by American presidents ever since Harry Truman. John Kennedy, for example, declared, "This nation, from the time of President Woodrow Wilson, has established and continued a tradition of friendship with Israel because we are committed to all free societies that seek a path to peace and honor individual right." President Barack Obama said on the 61st anniversary of Israel's independence,
"It is a friendship rooted in shared interests, in shared values, and the shared history among our people."
The special relationship is also reflected in a variety of shared value initiatives which cover a broad range of common interests, such as the environment, energy, space, education, occupational safety, and health. More than 400 American institutions in 47 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico have received funds from binational programs with Israel. No fewer than 23 states have separate bilateral agreements to cooperate with Israel in areas of trade, tourism, technology, and more. The financial benefits to the states from bilateral agreements can also be substantial, considering that American states exported at least $23 billion to Israel in 2011. Overall, Israeli total exports and imports with America totaled $34 billion. Americans and Israelis have always had relationships at the state and local level. Delegations of law enforcement officials, mayors, firefighters, and others regularly visit Israel to learn from their counterparts. In the 1980s, attention increasingly focused on one pillar of the relationship: shared interests. The Reagan administration saw the Soviet Union as a threat to American Middle East interests and Israel as a bulwark of democracy in the region. Reagan formally recognized Israel's role through agreements for strategic cooperation. After the end of the Cold War, Israel has continued to play a role in protecting American interests. The two countries work closely in a range of areas including fighting the war on terror, joint development of weapons, intelligence sharing, and joint military exercises. Innovative Israeli military technology, such as Bradley reactive armor tiles, the Trophy anti-rocket defense system, the Have-Nap missile, and unmanned aerial vehicles, are now helping to save lives and improve the capabilities of U.S. military personnel. Strategic cooperation has progressed to the point where a de facto alliance now exists, and the United States knows it can count on Israel.